And now join us here on the Inland Sports Show by popular demand. I was getting flooded with messages on social media to get Coach Nick Rogers from Cajon on the show. Coach, you're Mr. Popular, I guess, out there.
Who knows what they're wanting, but
Now, is that your home office, or are you at school right now doing this interview?
no, I'm at school. Yeah, this is school. Yeah, we're getting ready. We got a weight room, and then we're gonna be on the practice field here.
Okay, I didn't know if your wife let you put up a bunch of like Cajon football pictures, like in the living room or
No,
something.
no, that's probably not allowed. I haven't even tried it, but I doubt that's going to be acceptable.
Now, I see the beard is trimmed right now. Is this a thing where you're not going to touch it now until you guys, I don't know, win CIF in December or something?
Yeah, I didn't do that the last couple of years. I tried not to look, homeless as I tend to do it, towards the end of the year. But I had to cut it down a little bit. I was running some 40s, wanted to just check my speed. So I had to, get rid of some weight.
Yeah, slowing you down, right?
Yeah.
You want to be sleek for
Yeah.
the 2024 season. And speaking of coach, I got your schedule in front of me, and it looks very similar, obviously, to last year. And there's some really good non-league opponents. You guys open in week 0 against Norco. You also have Etowanda, Newport Harbor, traditionally a really good squad. San Jacinto, we've seen what they've done, and of course Orange Vista, the D5 champion from a year ago. Obviously we've talked about this before, but when you put that non-league schedule together, you're obviously playing some really good competition to get you ready for CBL and playoffs. But do these teams kind of give you different looks? Do they do different things so you feel like maybe you've seen a little bit of everything before you get to league and playoffs and whatnot?
Some of the stuff that we do offensively, I think, we kind of get at times flavor of the month or, flavor of the week defense. Because just some of our odd sets that we kind of run, that we do run just a general spread, but then we start getting in some, tackle overs and oversets and unbalanced and just different things like that. So people come up with some different things for us on that. So we just kind of, get our guys knowing what their assignments or rules are. But as far as seeing something, that they normally typically don't do, not so much, as long as we're in a standard set. But like I said, when we get into some of our off the wall stuff, that tends to get some kind of wacky things.
All right, Coach, speaking of your players, please correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like at least at the skill positions, you got a lot of guys coming back. Your quarterback, your running back, receivers. I mean, all that experience is returning for another year. Is that correct? And do a little name dropping.
Yeah, we returned basically, at one point 9 of the 11 starters on offense. Everyone kind of, we did pick up DJ Littles from Beaumont this year. And people make a big deal about transfers and stuff. That he's starting for Norco. He'll be our only transfer that's starting. The rest of these kids are been in the program for 3-4 years for us. And we're going to be senior heavy on the offensive side. So guys like Jared Rennick, who was all CIF player, really good receiver. Bjorn Birmingham, two-way guy for us all league. Evan Powell, I think, is going to be one of the best, if not the best quarterback in the area. I can't say enough good things about that kid. And then, we have Brandon Rivers at running back, who's, he's a 10-700 kid during the track season. So we're excited. And I'm even more pumped up because I returned basically 5 starting offensive linemen from last year and they were pretty good last year. They're really good this year. I'm excited about them.
Yeah, I was going to say, all these guys coming back and all that experience they got from a year ago, does this year feel like, man, this could be, I'm not ready, not trying to crown you guys CIF champions or anything like that, but do you feel like, man, this is a pretty good squad. We've got the experience. We've got, leadership in key positions that we need, especially at quarterback. Like this could be a pretty good team.
Yeah, no, we feel good about this group. I mean, we did graduate quite a bit on defense, so it's going to be kind of a new defensive look for us coming into the season. But offensively, I think this is as good a group as they've had probably since 2017, as far as from top to bottom. Going back to that offensive line, it's the best offensive line I think I've ever had here since I've been at Cajon. So I'm really excited about that. I hope we can put up some points, and obviously we got to stay healthy. But this is a good group now. When you start talking about CIF, now you start getting into we still haven't adjusted everything to the new CIF policy. I guess it's not new. It's been in for a few years now, but you just never know where you're going to be put. You're going to be in Division 2, 3, 4, but I doubt that. But those things happen. So we'll kind of see how the season goes for us, and we'll make the adjustments that we need to when it comes to CIF.
Now, going back to last year, we saw the Chapman twins play a little bit on both sides of the football. Like you said, you're a little young on the defensive side. Could we see some of these guys maybe going both ways a little bit?
Yeah, well, Bjorn Birmingham, he's a two-way guy for us basically last couple of years, but so he doesn't he just won't come off the field. So I try to get him off on special teams. He finds a way out there too. So he just likes to play football. So we let him go. Jared Rennick's another one that at times we use him defensively. There's a couple linemen depending on situations. Obviously, starting out with Norco, we're going to see a little more power sets. We may see some of those offensive line guys having to play a little double duty for us there, but for the most part, we try to stay as much as we can one way, just to continue to get extra reps at those positions. But there are certain circumstances that come around, and obviously, B out there at receiver and outside linebacker safety, we just like I said, we just can't get them off the field.
Coach, you said this might be your best offense, especially up front, maybe since 2017. Obviously, that was one of those Jaden Daniels teams, and now you're playing inside Jaden Daniels Stadium. I don't know. At least for me, it feels like a whirlwind. I feel like he just left Cajon and Heisman Trophy and NFL quarterback and all these things. How cool is it to just kind of reflect on him putting Cajon on the map and San Bernardino on the map and all these amazing things he's done on the national stage for our area.
Yeah, it's one of those things that you take for granted when you have him here, and you kind of go back and start looking back at some of the things that he did and how the school was at the time he was here, and it was just such an exciting time and an exciting atmosphere at the games, and then you just turn around, now they've got the stadium named after him, and then I'm teaching summer school class this year. I turn around, he's running the track, training, getting ready, when he was back from Washington. So it's just kind of cool to see the stadium, the kid running in his own stadium, and then the summer school kids just kind of geeking out over him running out there. So.
Do you use him? No, obviously he's super talented, but it sounds like what we don't see is that he puts in a lot of work on his own. I remember it was like a couple of years ago. It was like the middle of May at a Cajon's playoff softball game. It was like CIF semifinals on a Saturday morning, and there was Jaden out there like working out on his own, middle of May. Like football season was still months away. So this guy loves the work. He's not going to shy away from it. Do you use him as an example beyond just being super talented to your current players? Like, guys, if you want to be great, it's not by accident. He's the Heisman Trophy winner.
Yeah, no, he's just a special talent. And like I always tell kids, one thing they're like, in fact, some guys from Washington area was asking about his weight room numbers. And I was like, they weren't anything special. He wasn't like the strongest kid, but he didn't miss. He was there at every workout. The kids saw him at every workout, and that matters. Now, as far as translating to this group, I mean, it's just kind of a thing that we're seeing now. These kids, I don't know if it's necessarily picking it up from him, but I mean, Jared Rennick's out there, in the middle of the heat, running routes and doing things on his own. And I have to, call his mom, like, hey, we need to get him off the field. It's too hot. I mean, I have to go ask him, are you crazy? But again, he's got a determination to be great. It's the same kind of mindset that Jaden had, and I just watch him do it. It's just kind of fun to watch, and but sometimes you got to sit there and say, okay, enough's enough. You got to go rest.
Yeah, it's hot. It's gonna be a long season. Hopefully, it's a really long season for you guys, which would include a bunch of playoff games as well. Coach, going back to this year's team, obviously last year Citrus Valley won the CBL championship. What do you think it's going to take for your Cowboys to compete for the league title, maybe finish on top this year?
Well, we always got to, it's just such a talented league. And not only that, it's just got really great coaches in it. And so when you start looking at these guys, and some have been around the game quite a long time. I mean, Coach Stengel over there at Redlands, he does a great job. We got, obviously Justin Price at Ukaipa and Kurt Brook over at Citrus Valley. So it's just one of those things. We just got to be prepared for it and get ready for it. But it'll be tough. But the good thing, for us was, I think losing that game against Citrus Valley has kind of re-energized this program a little bit. I think we'd taken some things for granted and didn't prepare quite like we'd like to, both coaching and players. And the mindset's kind of different. It's changed, and this is a focus group right now.
All right, finally, Coach, what does the next couple of weeks look like for you guys? Like, when does helmets and pads come out to get ready for that first one?
Yeah, we get going next week on that, unless I'll double check my days, but I mean, that's what I have it set for. And then, just get our practices in. We got a 4-way scrimmage this year with Marietta Valley and Great Oak and Liberty out there in Marietta Valley. So right out of the chute, we'll get some good competition right there, and then take it into Norco. As a coach, I've never seen Norco. I mean, we have coaches that have played against them and stuff. I've watched them on film, but this will be the first time getting a chance at those guys, and so I'm curious about it. I mean, I remember when I played here in the '90s and take it on, further down. Norco was that team. You go back to the Gerhard days and those things. So it's a special program over there. We're excited to kick off the season with them and looking forward to it.
Yeah, that's a good one, man. That scrimmage too. Those are some
Yeah.
good ones there. That's going to get you ready.
Yeah, no, all sorts of things we'll see. So, I mean, we're excited for it. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I remember those Murrieta Valley battles you had. It was the Hank Bachmeyer versus Jaden Daniels games.
Yeah, I mean, Jaden throws for like 560 yards and a loss. I mean, that's it's just crazy. But yeah, no, those are both those games. A lot of offense in that game and those two games, and it was fun to watch.
Could be a lot of offense again this season for the Cowboys. Sounds like they're loaded on the offensive side of the football. Coach Rogers, always appreciate the time, and I'll see you again very soon on the sidelines out there at Cajon at Jaden Daniels Stadium.
Yeah, awesome. Looking forward to it.
All right, that's Nick Rogers, head football coach for the Cajon Cowboys here on the Inland Sports Show.
Inland Sports.